And now, people of South Cotabato, we have seen them walk. But now it's time to hear them talk as we proceed to the highly anticipated part of the competition, the preliminary interview. But before we get to start, our drill for this round is that the candidates will pick a question from the set of envelopes that we have placed inside a bowl. And we will read the question twice before they can give their answers.
Each candidate is given only 45 seconds to answer the question, and we will hear this sound, there you go, indicating that the time is up. And may I remind everybody to please refrain from making any noise as our candidates speak their thoughts with a question, because it is indeed difficult to be on stage and express your thoughts.
I have to agree with that, right? Martin. But I hope that's okay for everybody here. Is that okay, people of South Cotabato? Can we get a loud yes, please? Ayun.
Yeah, we love the energy here from the South Cotabateños. But here we go. I'm sure the candidates are ready here. Now let's begin the preliminary interview with Mutya number 1.
Mutya, candidate number 1, your question is, on social media pages, we often see or hear women complaining about men on relationships, finances, child rearing, politics, and many more. Do you think life has been easier for men than women? Let me repeat that. On social media pages, we often see or hear women complaining about men on relationships, finances, child rearing, politics, and many more. Do you think life has been easier for men than women?
Fairness, inclusivity, and respect. Those three things are hard to achieve but nonetheless feasible. And I think that it is not about our gender that who sacrifices more. It is not about our gender that who is bad. It is about how we act, how we put into actions our thinking. And so I am here to remind everyone that let us put inclusivity in our minds and in our hearts. Because in today's generation, inclusivity is being promoted but not practiced all the time. And I think it is not about being men or women, but it is about justice and inequality. Thank you.
Nicely done. Thank you so much, Mutya number 1. Now Mutya number 2. Mutya number 2, here's your question. Climate change is one of the pressing concerns of the world today. It presents major health issues, premature deaths, multiple risks to ecosystems and humans, and other dangers. What better options should be considered to mitigate its effects? Again, climate change is one of the pressing concerns of the world today. It presents major health issues, premature deaths, multiple risks to ecosystems and humans, and other dangers. What better options should be considered to mitigate its effects?
Climate change had been a trivial issue in our country and of course in the world. And in order to address this problem, I think that we should definitely strengthen the Environmental Protection Act of 2009 or the Republic Act number 9512, wherein it promotes environmental awareness or education in schools and for other purposes. This is through concrete ways such as practicing the 5 R's, and then for engaging ourselves in environmental activities such as tree planting where deforestation is rampant. And of course, we should start in ourselves.
Thank you, Mutya number 2.
Here's your question. Here is your question. The world is changing at an extraordinary pace. And in today's competitive landscape, what qualities should a South Cotabateña possess to make a notable difference in the world? Let me repeat that. The world is changing at an extraordinary pace. And in today's competitive landscape, what qualities should a South Cotabateña possess to make a notable difference in the world?
To make a notable difference, first you must be a woman with purpose. And I joined Mutya, South Cotabato, hoping and humbly asking for the crown tonight because I am a woman who is altruistic, benevolent, and has a good character. And I joined Mutya, South Cotabato because of my advocacy. And that is to empower youth through education. For I always believe in the transformative impact of education, and that education is the best remedy to this unsolved problem in our country. If we could always do this, then we can see an authentic progress and change.
Thank you so much, Mutya. Number 3. Now candidate number 4. Here's your question. Throughout the years, pageants have been criticized for demeaning women. How will you persuade the critics that they perceived wrong? Again, throughout the years, pageants have been criticized for demeaning women. How will you persuade the critics that they perceived wrong?
Good evening, everyone. I strongly believe that criticism is one of the most important issues that our country is encountering right now. And as an empowered South Cotabateña, I strongly believe that our government is doing their best just provide solution to this issue. Ladies and gentlemen, if we just work hand in hand and to Ladies and gentlemen, if we just work hand in hand and to become responsible and respected in our society, in successfully doing this, I believe one agency alone is not enough. It requires collaboration.
Thank you, Mutya. Number 4. Now number 5.
Mutya, number 5, here is your question. After the pandemic, technology affects almost every aspect of the new normal life, from transport efficiency and safety to access food and healthcare, socialization and productivity. Do you agree that the speed of our technological advances have taken away our emotional connections? After the pandemic, technology affects almost every aspect of the new normal life, from transport efficiency and safety to access food and healthcare, socialization and productivity. Do you agree that the speed of technological advances have taken away our emotional connections?
We are all aware of the good benefits that technology and innovation has for us. And with this, we can see that technology has its advantages and disadvantages. But these advantages and disadvantages can refer to how responsible users use technology as a way for communication. It cannot take away our emotional relationship towards one another in making a good communication. If we only learn to focus on the good benefits of technology and how it can ease our way of life, then we can promote a good use of this platform. And with this, we can all unite for one understanding, for the better use of technology.
Thank you. Mutya number 5. Candidate number 6, and then I'll proceed. Here's your question. Women empowerment comes in many forms. If you win the crown tonight, how will you empower the youth and women of today and help change the world for the better? Again, women empowerment comes in many forms. If you win the crown tonight, how will you empower the youth and women of today and help change the world for the better?
I was already given this platform, a voice, and that is by standing here in front of thousands of people. I will empower the women and youth today by encouraging them to speak up, advocate their change, and spread their purpose in the country. This pageant has given me a lot of opportunities, and this pageant is a platform where us women can lay down all our advocacies and stood up for our causes and be heard. You are empowered if you possess confidence. You are empowered if you possess confidence, resilience, and independence. With this, let us all empower women regardless of our differences. Thank you and magandang gabi, South Cotabato.
Thank you so much, candidate number 6.
Here is your question. Every candidate in this pageant hopes to become the next Mutya ng South Cotabato. What exudes in you to be considered as the best epitome of South Cotabato's finest? Let me repeat that. Every candidate in this pageant hopes to become the next Mutya ng South Cotabato. What exudes in you to be considered as the best epitome of South Cotabato's finest?
Good evening, everyone. A month-long practices with other candidates enlightened me how we are all capable to be your mutya. But I believe that what exudes in me is the immense purpose to create change in my community. I myself is a human rights advocate and a member of the Amnesty International, where we aim to end abuse in every aspect of our society. I volunteer in the places, especially in disadvantaged area, to empower every woman of their basic inherent rights, because I firmly believe that if we could enlighten them of their basic inherent rights, not only they can empower themselves, not only they can protect themselves, but they can protect their rights of others.
Thank you so much, candidate number 7. Halfway through. Next, we have candidate number 8. Mutya number 8, here is your question. If crowned as this year's Mutya ng South Cotabato, what do you think is your most valuable contribution for South Cotabato to achieve its ultimate vision as the land of dream weavers? Again, if crowned as this year's South Cotabato or Miss Mutya ng South Cotabato, what do you think is your most valuable contribution for South Cotabato to achieve its ultimate vision as the land of the dream weavers?
It is an undeniable fact that South Cotabato is known for its abundance in terms of our natural resources. But what makes South Cotabato more meaningful and distinct to other provinces is that we weave our dreams. And how we could possibly do that is to believe in ourselves and know our worth, because we all know for a fact that as an empowered South Cotabatena, we know how to stand not only for ourselves but also for other people. And I believe that I am doing that tonight. I am standing here wearing the skimpus clothes, sharing 100 worth of smiles, and answering a question under pressure. I believe that I believe in myself, and I hope that each and everyone here tonight also draws strength from me, so that we together can sow seeds of unity, cultivate harmony,
Thank you. Mutya number 9.
Mutya number 9, here's your question. Moving onwards, South Cotabato dreams big and weaves more progress. In what ways can you help to achieve this aspiration? Again, moving onwards, South Cotabato dreams big and weaves more progress. In what ways can you help to achieve this aspiration?
As a woman coming from South Cotabato, this place is very rich in culture, history, and traditions. And this is why we celebrate Sinalak Festival, because of the indigenous communities and their traditions in weaving. Now our part as human beings is to weave their dreams into reality. By working hand in hand, we can build a progressive and harmonious society where we foster inclusivity, culture sensitivity, and strength towards the future and progressive South Cotabato. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Mutya number 9. Number 10, you may now proceed. Mutya number 10, here's your question. Seniors can learn from the younger generation to be more open to sharing moments, thoughts, or ideas with friends and family. What are the things that other generations should learn from the millennials? Again, seniors can learn from the younger generation to be more open to sharing moments, thoughts, or ideas with friends and family. What are the things that other generations should learn from millennials?
Our generation, the millennial generation, is often misconceived as a rebellious one. But I believe we are not like that. One thing that the other generation should learn from us is that we are not rebellious. Instead, we are more spoken. We are here to represent the persons that are underrepresented. We are here to advocate the things that should be discussed. And with that, I believe that the enthusiasm of the millennial generation should radiate to everyone. Because everyone has a story, and that story is worth sharing for us to weave our dreams into reality. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mutya number 10. Mutya 11.
Mutya number 11, please choose your question. Here is your question. In today's society, where there are so many job opportunities virtually, internationally, and even within the country, do you agree that it is a sin for Filipinos to stay poor? Again, in today's society where there are so many job opportunities virtually, internationally, and even within the country, do you agree that it is a sin for Filipinos to stay poor?
We all know that poverty is quite a rampant issue, not just in our country, but also worldwide. And by this, I wish to, with my advocacy, which is the youth entrepreneurship, because it is my passion as a business administration student and as an entrepreneur myself, to show everyone the value of entrepreneurship, and by teaching everyone to be involved in the business industry, by giving opportunities of employment and earning income. This does not only benefit the youth, but also our economy and our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mutya number 11. Number 12. Mutya number 12, here's your question. During the first 6 months of the year, the Commission on Human Rights have recorded a series of sexual abuse, most especially to children. In your own opinion, what should be the steps or measures to be taken to eradicate or curb sexual harassment? One more time. During the first 6 months of the year, the Commission on Human Rights have recorded a series of sexual abuse, most especially to children. In your opinion, what should be the steps or measures to be taken to eradicate or curb sexual harassment?
Girls ages 9 to 12 here in the Philippines are victims of incest, and it saddens my heart to see that the increasing rate of sexual harassment here in the Philippines had somehow been not being addressed in a global arena, or especially here in our country. That is why I believe that it is important for us to create certain interventions to help young girls and women to be able to stand for themselves and to be heard. Because if not now, then when? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Number 12, 13.
Mutya, number 13, here's your question. How will you promote women empowerment through your own advocacy in hopes of realizing the dreams for our beloved province? Let me repeat that. How will you promote women empowerment through your own advocacy in hopes of realizing the dreams of our beloved province?
As an advocate of the environment, I could promote women empowerment by telling young women to stand up and speak for themselves. As for my advocacy, which is the sustainable development, I believe that the government should permanently ban the open pit mining in Tampakan and the coal mining in Lake Cebu. Why? Because the government should realize that no amount of economic benefits or a promise of a better quality of life could ever live up to the destruction of our mountains, loss of biodiversity, and risk of impending mining disasters. And that is my sentence.
Now on to our final candidate, Mutya number 14. Mutya number 14, here's your question. What is one thing that you are willing to sacrifice to get the crown and fulfill your duties and responsibilities as Mutya ng South Cotabato? Again, what is one thing that you are willing to sacrifice to get the crown and fulfill your duties and responsibilities as Mutya ng South Cotabato?
The moment I joined Mutya ng South Cotabato is the biggest risk I took in this bigger stage. To fulfill my duties and responsibilities, I must equip myself with the right knowledge and also decision-making skills for me to sacrifice what is best for the crown, because there are also opportunities that are given to me but I turned down. But it is all worth it, because the journey towards the crown, I have met so many people. I have learned so many insights to be equipped for the future. And me, as a South Cotabatenya, I must go on with my advocacy of also sustainable tourism development. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 14. So there you go. 14 out of 14. You know, we try to keep our poker face all throughout the preliminary interview.
I know.
Right?
I mean, it was very hard, but also the questions were very challenging as well.
All right, so that's the end of the preliminary interview. Wow. You know, I think that's the perfect word to describe that run, because those were heavy questions.
Really heavy questions.
Right.
I mean, I was holding my breath here, and like you said, it was very hard to also calm my nerves. I felt the pressure.